Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of John's never-ending list of random things to do. And for today's video, I will show you guys how to install rear speakers in the 1985 Toyota Celica Supra. Let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is pull the back seat release and then put the back seat down. In this location, you want to remove these 3 screws. 2 of these screws were meant to hold this grill. Since the 2 screws holding the speaker grill are now removed, go ahead and remove the speaker grill. Grip both ends like so, and work it out slowly. Here are the 2 retainers on the window side. Next, you want to pull your seatbelt to reveal this hidden screw, and then go ahead and remove that screw. Now go ahead and grip this trim and pull it out slowly. Be careful to not break it. As you can see here, the retainer did not stay on the trim. Remember to remove the retainer and apply it to the trim before reinstalling. Now it's time to remove the armrest. Just grip both ends like so and pull it off. Now starting to remove this panel, just place your fingers in here like so and pull it off. Located at the top, you have 1 retainer here and 1 retainer right here. You might have an idea to just grip the panel and try to pull it off, but in my case, that didn't work. So what I did was, I worked from the bottom of the panel, then I shifted the panel forward, and I worked it out of this corner. From there I just lifted it up, and it just came out. As you can see here, I've already installed an aftermarket speaker. But there's a huge flaw here. There are holes in this area and this area. So I'll work on fixing that later. I've already gone ahead and removed the 4 screws holding down this speaker. If you still have your original speakers, go ahead and remove the screws located here. Then proceed to remove your speaker. Don't forget to make the disconnection from your speaker as well. Just press in the tab and wiggle it out. Here is an aftermarket connection that plugs right into the OEM harness. I'll have it linked in the description below. Now that the speaker is out of the way, go ahead and remove these 2 screws. Moving on down, go ahead and open this tab here, then remove these 2 10mm bolts. And last of all, if you pull up the trim, there's a hidden screw right in here. Go ahead and remove this screw. Finally, you can pick up your carpet and remove your speaker bracket. Now your original speakers are 5x7s, so I have a 5x7 here. So I'm going to try to see if it fits. And as you can see, it doesn't seat all the way in there. So this option doesn't work. And just for a fitment test here, notice how it's not even seated all the way in, and the magnet's already hitting this part. So note, if you are planning to install speakers in the original location, stay away from speakers that have large magnets. I then tried a different 5x7. This one has a smaller magnet. But while checking the fitment, I ran into the same issue. It doesn't seat all the way into the bracket. Since 5x7s won't work, let's try a 4x6. Try placing it onto the bracket and it'll just fall right through. But they give you these brackets, so you can use it and place your speaker right onto this bracket. Now you can drill some holes onto your original bracket and mount it down. You'll then want to seal these holes along the outer perimeter. And looking at the mounting depth, it's pretty shallow. Since I'm not a big fan of oval speakers, I got myself a set of 5 1/4 speakers. You'll notice that I left some of these tabs here, but this tab here I had to shave completely flat, and this tab down here had to be shaved completely flat. So here's our test fitment, and it's looking really good. The main reason for shaving these 2 tabs is because the outer boundary of the speaker bracket is basically the boundary point which you do not want to pass. If you are forced to pass it, allow your speaker to pass them slightly. If you are too far out, you won't be able to reinstall your speaker grills. So with that being said, let's make some mounting holes for our speaker. You will notice you can only make 2 holes, so that's what I did. I made these 2 holes. After making your 2 mounting holes, you want to do a test fitting, so I'm going to screw these 2 in. And to my surprise, 2 screws was holding this speaker in pretty good. But let's try to install 4 screws to hold this speaker. As you can see, the mounting holes are here, right next to the bracket. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these U-nuts that came with the speaker, and I'm going to place it right here. Then put a screw through the other side, and tighten it down. I then went on ahead and did the other side, and this is the end result, 4 screws. This is looking really good. Now that you know your speaker fits, you now have to remove the speaker in order to reinstall the speaker bracket. Once you're ready, lift up the carpet and slide the speaker bracket into its location. Start by installing this screw right here. Since it's hidden, it's probably one of the easiest to miss. Follow that up by installing the screws in these locations. Up next is this hook and the two 10mm bolts. Once you're done, go ahead and cap this off. And now it's finally time to install the speaker. Place it into its location. Make this speaker connection right here. And now you're ready to install all 4 of your speaker screws. Now that the speaker is finally mounted, I can work on sealing these holes. I used a small piece of sound deadener and trimmed it until it fit perfectly onto the speaker baffle. Once I had the correct shape, I applied the sound deadener. I then used the roller tool to apply the sound deadener onto the surfaces. Here's the final result. You should end up with something looking like this. I went one extra step and applied weather strip foam around the speaker baffle. This part right here is completely optional. Now everything is ready to be reinstalled. Start by inserting this portion of the panel through here first. Once you have done so, place this trim on the outside of the panel. Then focus on aligning the retainers located here and hit it in once you're ready. Up next is the armrest. Align it like so and snap it back into place. Up next we have this trim on the seat belt. Remember to apply the retainer here, and once you are ready, align it and snap it back into place. Follow that up by reinstalling this screw right here. And finally, it is time to reinstall the speaker grill. Work on applying pressure to the retainers on the window side, and once they've popped back into place, reinstall the last 2 screws. And that's all there is to install rear speakers. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did and you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, maybe even consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys for the next random project.